What's going on? Muscle Mike here, and thanks for tuning in. On today's episode, we're going to get out on a reservoir lake, and it's primarily got smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, and some spotted bass. So we're going to go after those today. I got out there early, so I was able to throw some top water, and then we had to really find those fish. It got pretty hot out there. The sun came up, so we ended up having to get creative and really try and find the structure and where they were holding it and get our baits down into that zone. Let's jump in. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to do some topwater fishing to start off the morning. Beautiful reservoir lake out here. You can see the fog's lifting. Actually just threw big wake bait through this guy through here. I know there's some largies that hang out through here, but we're going to kind of work ourselves under today. See if we can't get anything on the topwater. We'll just kind of cruise along the walls in this back little creek bed and see what we can't get into. There we go. Little one though. But we're on the board, little guy. Cool little take. Little bass, but there we go. Skunk's out of the bag. Dang. Rolled up over it. That was a decent hit. I'll try and get back in there. Nice. You know, I figured I had one on there. There you go. That's a nice one. On a Ned Rig there. Nothing crazy big, but probably a solid. Probably a solid 3. I'm on Ned Riggy. Beautiful fish. Well, I was just using a little Ned Rig. I was just fishing some structure. And honestly, it was a pretty chill take. I kind of like had some tension, and I thought maybe I was hung up, so I just kind of reeled into her. And so yeah, maybe it's going to be a Ned Rig kind of day. We'll see. Awesome. Rinse him off. Choke that one down right on that pile. I'm gonna bring him back to health. Man, he just inhaled that. I mean, straight up inhaled it. Alright guys, so I was just kind of flipping just this big stump. It's pretty deep here. It's probably about 26 feet, and he just hit it on the fall. I mean, it totally annihilated it, and had to really perform some surgery, but we safely returned him back to the water. He swam off under his control. There you go. There you go, another large. Oh, got off. Oh, that would have been a cool one. Another largie. Alright guys, so that was today. This morning I was out there. I fished here before. This is a reservoir lake, and it has smallmouth, largemouth, spotted bass, I mean catfish. But when I started out last time, about a year ago, I went out and got on some pretty big largemouth bass in those marshes there. So I ended up throwing a huge wake bait, switched over very quickly to the smaller topwater, the little super spook or spook junior, and had small spotted bass on there, and then had another blow up that missed it. But it was a pretty slow topwater bite, so then I switched over. It got pretty warm pretty quickly. Switched over, was trying a bunch of different stuff, but had the most success on a Ned Rig, just rigged up with a 3-inch black and gold little flake. So really just turned it into throwing into structure, and that was kind of the name of the game today. And I've noticed on these really hot days, especially as the sun really gets high, you know, I couldn't really target the smallies today in that reservoir. Usually I can get on them in the rivers, but today was all about largemouth, and they were really holding tight in that structure. So, you know, if you're really struggling to find them, find those structure, find the deeper areas, you know, and really slow things down. And that just was the bite for me today. You know, I was throwing other swim baits. I was throwing, you know, I tried buzz baits. I tried 3-inch swim baits, 6-inch swim baits, chatter baits. I was throwing a lot, and it really just came down to structure and just slow presentations, and that's what it was. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any comments or questions below, and then stay tuned for next week. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna go down in probably down in Kentucky somewhere, depending on the weather and everything, and the river, but we're gonna do a fly fishing trip. I'm actually gonna have my wife on with me, so we're gonna go fly fishing for some smallmouth bass. I'm pretty excited to link up with Little Miami River Outfitters here and do a little fishing trip. So we're gonna get that going. I've fly fished before, but I've never really been on the rivers down here. You know, I've been out in Montana and Wyoming and all that, but I've never really done a targeted smallmouth from the boat other than just my kayak. So I'm excited to get out there with my wife. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one.